Jai Sainath. In our previous parts, we were talking about my journey with our Baba, and in the last part, part 4, I was saying about I was sharing my experiences about my research, which I ended up writing a book. So I'm going to talk about that. While when I was doing my research, also when I was writing my book, I went through very profound experiences, which I'm going to share in this part. So let me recap. Some of you watched in the previous parts, but this will be a recap, and also to our new viewers. As my gratitude turned as a love towards Baba, I wanted to know more about Baba. When I wanted to know more about Baba, I wanted to know more about his Guru, because it is Baba's Guru who gave us our Guru. Because Baba, in chapter 32 of Satcharitra, Baba talks a lot about his Guru, Venkusha. He says that our Baba says that, I always look at him, I will be, hugging him through his neck. And in front of my Guru, I forgot my parents, family, everything. And whatever I am now, it is because of my Guru. That's what Baba said when he was in his 70s, that he was recalling his thing when he was in his 70s. So, that much Baba loves his Guru, respects his Guru. So, that Guru I wanted to know. So, that is where my research started. And in our previous part, that is in the part 4, I mentioned that my conversation with my friend Sridhar, how it turned towards a serious research. So, I request people who missed, please go and watch part 4, where I, explain how the research started. Now, coming back, that after, we went to Mylapore, and I got the word Silsila there. And that led me to Daulatabad, Kuldabad, which is 150 kilometers from here, Shirdi. So I was going and roaming and collecting data. And again, I will be going back to Bangalore. So at one part of part of my time, I thought that I wanted to stay here. Actually, I wanted to stay in Pune. I want to stay in Pune somewhere near Shirdi. But it was my friend Sridhar who suggested me that, Bhaiya, why don't we live in Shirdi? It will be very easy for your research. And that is how I came out. And it is all Baba's Leela that I ended up living in Shirdi. I came to Shirdi in 4th of September 2024. I came to Shirdi and I was looking for a house. I was staying in a hotel. Why I'm saying this, even small things, Baba took care of my things. Because I didn't get a good house of my liking. And I was searching, 2 weeks passed, I didn't get a house because I was getting one house in Rahata, which is under construction, which is to my liking, but it was under construction there. I said that you have to wait for 1 more month, like that. Then finally, Baba showed this place where I'm living now. It is a, very beautiful, common serene. Why I'm saying this, because when I was doing my research and writing the book, this place gave me absolute peace and a kind of a divine feelings, experience that I went through because of this place. So calm and serene, and, very wonderful people here. So that absolutely pampered me. Baba pampered me through all my neighbors, people here, and the house itself pampered me, so that in a very, very calm, peaceful mind, I was writing day and night. I started writing Baba's book. So that's why I wanted to share this. And then when I started living there, I was traveling. I was traveling to places that are connected with Baba's Guru Parampara. When I say Guru Parampara, there are 2 things which I wanted to clarify here. In my book, see, here I'll be quoting, then and there I'll be quoting about our book, the book I wrote, because, much of my travel hereafter is, about me writing the book. So, I split that book into 2 parts. One is volume 1 is about a Guru Parampara that contributed to Baba's Guru Parampara. let me repeat that. Guru Parampara, a group of Guru Sishya lineage, how that contributed to Baba's Guru Parampara and to Baba's Guru. So that I wanted to cover. So it is the Sufis and Nath Sambradaya. These are the two different Sambradayas, traditions. How that contributed to Baba's Guru Parampara. So I decided to understand both the things, though I'm from a kind of Nath Sambradaya, because see, I'm from Tamil Nadu. I belong to the Siddha lineage. My sincere thing is, I belong to the Tirumular Siddha lineage, because I was initiated into that. But when I came here, I've been exposed to Nath Sambradaya a lot. And I learned that there is no difference. Here we have Navanath, there we have 18 Siddhas in Tamil Nadu. In 18 Siddhas, we have the Navanaths also there, like Machendra Muni. In Tamil Nadu, we call Macha Muni. And here Goraksha. There in Tamil Nadu, he is called Gorakkar. So it's all same, So I felt so blessed that I'm part of this lineage. And it helped me in a very technical way to learn the philosophy and teachings of Nath Sambradaya. The very crux and the core of Nath Sambradaya yoga that, already I was, trained into that, so that it became so easy for me to learn the philosophy and the hardcore technical part of Nath Sambradaya yoga. So it became so easy because, in my book, I extensively covered the technical part of Nath Sambradaya yoga. And, that's one part. So this is how it is. A big lineage of Guru Parampara, how that contributed to Baba's Guru Parampara. Okay, this is the idea. So I started collecting data about the Guru Parampara that contributed to Baba's Guru Parampara. That is Sufis and Nath Sambradaya. So I started visiting Sufi Sambradaya places and Nath Sambradaya places. For example, Sufi Sambradaya places like Aurangabad, Kuldabad, Daulatabad, I started visiting there. For example, Sanur Miha Dargah, Zarzari Baksh Dargah, like that I started visiting. On the other side, the Nath Sambradaya places like, Vriddeshwar Maharaj Mandir, Machendranath Mandir, Gorakshnath Mandir, like that, And then I visited my favorite place, Madi, Kanifnath Mandir. So these are the places I've been blessed to visit, and I started collecting data. And that I went through certain experiences while I was collecting the data that I'm going to share. Before I explain the experiences that I encountered while I was doing my research in that places, let me, list out the places I visited. I just wanted to, in a quick way, I wanted to share the places that I visited, Sufis and Nath Sambradaya places. So these are the places I visited. The first one I visited is Jawahar Ali's Dargah in Ahmednagar. Now it is called Ahalya Nagar. And Jawahar Ali, we know about Jawahar Ali. And there is some misunderstanding about Jawahar Ali. Maybe we can have a dedicated episode because Baba spent 12 years serving Jawahar Ali. So, such a saint, Jawahar Ali, we cannot ignore or misunderstand. That needs a different understanding, because in Ahalya Nagar, Ahmednagar, Jawahar Ali is celebrated like anything, and he is very elder than our Baba. Baba never accepted him as a guru, never said that Jawahar Ali as a guru, but Baba respected him and served him as an elderly person, as an elderly Sufi, elderly Awliya. So Baba served him. Those things I will explain in a different episode. Me and Mahesh brother discussing to have a dedicated episode for all this, because every place that I'm going to list now has its own story. So I think, that deserves a dedicated episode. So that's what me and Mahesh brother discussed, that, we will go to those places that I'm going to list now. We are planning to go to those places and give a detailed explanation about the places, how it is connected to our Baba. So that in our upcoming episodes, we're going to have that. Every place we're going to go there into that place. For example, Ahmednagar, Agalya Nagar, there is Jawaharlal's Dargah is there. We will go there and we will show where Baba, spent his time, 12 years. Some few months in Ahmednagar with Jawaharlal. But we will also go to another place called Shanur Mia Dargah, where Baba spent 12 years serving at Jawaharlal. There we will go and we will have a live shot, captured. There we will explain all that. Me and Mahesh brother will go there and we will explain all this. So that is one, Ahmednagar. Now it is Ahalya Nagar, where Jawaharlal alias Bapu Shah Ali's Dargah is there. And I told you he is connected with Baba because Baba, during his missing years in Shirdi, we all know, suddenly Baba disappeared. That's what people say, right? During that time, Baba went to Aurangabad. See, this is not my theory. Baba, he himself said that it is there, recorded in G. Kapate's diary, that one of his roamings in Aurangabad, he met Jawaharlal. That is there. We will have a dedicated episode for that. So let me, list. So, Shanun Mia Dargah. I went to Shanun Mia Dargah in Aurangabad, where Baba spent 12 years. Then I visited Zarzari Zarbaksh Dargah. There also, it is connected with Baba's Guru Parampara. And then I visited to Sufi Samurdaya, Nath Samurdaya places, which is very close to my heart, like Machendranath's Samadhi, Gorakshnath's Samadhi. And then there is a very old Shivaji's Mandir called Vriddeshwar Mandir, where we can see a very old Shivaling, a Swayambhulinga, very old. Mahesh bro will share the photo of that. I've taken the photo of that. It's very old thing. In fact, it is one of the roots of Nath Sampradaya. And because it is believed that Vriddeshwar Maharaj, Shivji, who himself came to, yagna conducted by Machendranath. It is there in Machendranath's, Samadhi. There is a Duni Mandir in Machendranath Samadhi, where this history is, written on the walls, that Vriddeshwar Maharaj, Shivji, Sakshat Shivji, came as the priest to, organize and host the yagna that has been organized by Machendranath. So I visited those places, Vriddeshwar Maharaj Mandir, Machendranath Samadhi, Gorakshnath Samadhi, and then my favorite, Madi, Kanifnath Mandir. I have certain things that I personally feel that I'm very much connected with Kanifnath. That is how I came to know about our Mahesh bro also. That we will discuss later. So these are the places I visited, Sufi places and Nath Sampradaya places, to collect data, how it is connected to our Baba's Guru Parampara. So when I was visiting all these places, I went through certain experiences. And, when we are visiting to that places, I will explain those experiences in detail. But let me, explain that in a brief way. That, see, for example, when I visited Kanifnath Maharaj Mandir, when I visited, near to the Sanctum Sanctorium, there is, an underground place for meditation and yoga. It is very tough for people to get in. It's a very narrow path to go. When I was there, something else happened that, I felt like, it is very much connected to me. I felt like I know this place very well, like that. And three people we visited that place, my friend and another person. They were on the other side. When I was looking down, I was wondering whether I can go inside or not, because it's very narrow. I should not get stuck inside. So I was wondering whether I should go or not. And I was putting my phone inside to capture. Something else happened. Someone touched my shoulder. And he said, actually that was in Marathi, But later on, I understood what is that. That he's like, this is nothing new for you. You can go and come like that. So I was shocked what that guy is saying. And then the another fellow standing next to me explained that. He said, this is not new for you. You can go and come. And I was like really shocked. And then why I'm saying this, again and again I visited. And then I got a lot of data that helped me a lot to write Baba's book, the volume 1. That was a big turning point happened there in Murali, actually. Because I was stuck at one point of time that how to, write all this. Because there is the Sufi Sampradaya and Nath Sampradaya will mingle at one place, which is our Kanifnath Mandir, Murali. But from there is a new lineage that started. And at that point of time, I'm talking about October 2024, something like that, much before that. First week of October, something, September end, I think so. That I was little blind, where to go. I can hypothetically, I can have the idea of, okay, this is what happened. But I don't have any proof because I go with the data and proof. But there I got a big lead. When we are going to Murali, I will explain this in a detailed way. But as of now, I just wanted to share that. There I got a big turning point how to take this. Where this thing happened that there is a mixed lineage that started from there in Murali, in Kanifnath, from Kanifnath, where that led me to another place called Daulatabad, where this mixed sampradaya started. When I say mixed sampradaya, the mixing of Sufi and Nath sampradaya. That is what I mean. Because whenever we see our Baba, some people say he is a Muslim or he is a Hindu, like that. We know that Baba is beyond religion, beyond all that. But he always used to say, Sabka Malik Ek, Allah Malik, Allah Balai Karega, like that. There are Sufi word statements Baba used. And Baba himself, he was wearing kafni, which is a Sufi Sampradaya way of attire, right? So there is a significant influence of Sufism is there. That is where now I started thinking, who is Baba? So that is why I got this lead, Baba's Guru Parampara is a contribution of both Sufi and as well as Nath Sampradaya. For example, Baba was practicing Dhuni. That is a very significant practice of Nath Sampradaya, having Dhuni. See, some people said, when I was doing my research, some people said, that is nothing but Baba was using Dhuni as, to get himself warm because of the winter. I asked one question to that guy. I said, if Baba was using Dhuni only during winter, your statement is right. But Baba was having Dhuni 24/7. It was always there. Even in the high summers, Dhuni was there 24/7. And Baba was sitting next to Dhuni, staring at the Dhuni, and he was doing certain things. It is a typical Nath Sampradaya practice. That shows Baba have the Nath Sampradaya influence. His Guru Parampara got the Nath Sampradaya influence because, the Dhuni itself is that. So, what I'm trying to say, Baba's traits of Sufism as well as Nath Sampradaya, because he got that from his Guru, because his Guru belonged to the Sampradaya, which is a mixed lineage. And that mixed lineage, which, according to my research, starts from Kanifnath Maharaj. And then, see, Kanifnath Maharaj is like around 12th century. But from there is a mixed sampradaya that started. Because, see, Sufism entered India. Let me brief it. We're going to have a dedicated episode for this, but let me brief it. Then only there will be a good understanding. Sufism entered India through, though there was already Sufism existed in India, but it was greatly introduced to India by Ajmer Sufi, Ajmer Awliya, Moinuddin Chishti, Hazrat Moinuddin Chishti. When Hazrat Moinuddin Chishti, he settled in Ajmer, he had his disciples, Muhammad Bakhtiyar Kaki, and his disciple, Baba Fariduddin Ganshakar, and his disciple, Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya of Delhi. Why I'm saying that? Because Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya of Delhi got one disciple, Hazrat Zarzari Zarbaksh. Hazrat Zarzari Zarbaksh, as per Nizamuddin Awliya's order, Hukum, he came and settled down in Kuldabad, which is near to Shirdi. When Zarzari Baksh came and settled down in Kuldabad, there are a lot of Nath Samprudaya yogi settlements was there. Zarzari Baksh came with hundreds of awliyas, hundreds of Sufis, with, they call it a kalandar. So when Zarzari Baksh came to Kuldabad, he came with hundreds of kalandars and settled down there, and already a lot of Nath yogis were there. We can expect some frictions, but what happened is a very beautiful brotherhood started. This is beauty of Maharashtra's syncretic approach, which I personally encountered. A lot of politics, that's all going on nowadays, but one should learn how, to accept each other, to have a very broad-mindedly, we have to accept, each other, the very syncretic approach that we can learn here, which is my experience. So when Zarzari Baksh came with hundreds of Kalandar, already there were Nath yogis here. They started mingling and they started exchanging their ideas. Like, Sufis started learning yoga from the Nath Sampradaya yogis, and Nath yogis started learning certain way of singing from the Kalandars. So this idea started exchanging between them, and because of that came mixed Guru Parampara started coming up. On that, and one person called Hazrat Chand Shah Bodle in Daulatabad, he lived some 500 years ago. And this Chand Shah Bodle, our Mahesh brother will share the picture of Chand Shah Bodle. You will all really get surprised to see his photo. And it's another interesting thing, research that happened, one of my experiences. When I was, searching for this syncretic lineage, that's mixed lineage, I was going through the universities, meeting people. There are some research scholars who already did research. I was meeting them, collecting all the data, and through them I came to know about Chand Shah Bodle. And then I was searching for his samadhi. I was not able to get it. But there's one beautiful thing which I came across is Chand Shah Bodle got a disciple. His name is Janardhan Swami. He is, Janardhan Swami of Daulatabad. He was a general of Daulatabad Fort. He was the in charge of Daulatabad Fort. And Janardhan Swami, who is Janardhan Swami? He is guru of our Eknath Maharaj. We all know Eknath Maharaj. So saying goosebumps, Eknath Maharaj. I'm really excited to go with my Mahesh bro to Eknath Maharaj's place to, record live, to, whatever the information I gathered, I wanted to share with you people live there, shooting there. Okay, that's a different thing. Now coming back. So, I came to know about Hazrat Chand Shah Bodle. He is guru of Janardhan Swami. And Janardhan Swami is guru of Eknath Maharaj. That means Eknath Maharaj's Parama Guru is a Sufi, Chand Shah Bodle. And there are a lot of things, Chand Shah Bodle also got another disciple called Sheikh Muhammad of Srigonda. And Sheikh Muhammad of Srigonda is guru of Shivaji Maharaj's grandfather. So that's a different story. We'll talk that about later, because Maharashtra got a very beautiful history of, syncretic approach, syncretic view, that I want to, work with Mahesh brother to have a different dedicated episode. Okay, that's a different thing. Okay, now coming back to Hazrat Chand Shah Bodle. So I was searching for Hazrat Chand Shah Bodle's Samadhi or Dargah. I was not able to find it. So when I was in Janardhan Swami's Mandir in Daulatabad, in the Daulatabad Fort, I saw one wall painting. I was shocked. I saw Baba there in the wall painting. Oh, what Baba is doing that? Because it was written in Marathi, I was not, I can read the script because it's in Devanagari. It is written like Chand Shah Bodle, Janardhan Swami, like that, So I asked the person there. He said he is Janardhan Swami's guru. And it was like 16th century, 500 years ago. His name is Chand Shah Bodle. He is Guru of Janardhan Swami. I was shocked. He looked very much like our Baba. And when I collected data about Chansha Bodle, it was even more surprising that Chansha Bodle is also considered as Guru Dattatraya's avatar by the people there. So Chansha Bodle is also considered as Dattatreya, and he was looking like our Baba. You can see that picture that Mahesh brother will share. You can see that Chansha Bodle sitting next to him, Janardhan Swami, and little behind you can see Eknath Maharaj sitting. Eknath Maharaj was wondering, what is my guru's business with a Muslim fakir, like that. That is what that portrait explains. Eknath Maharaj with this wondering thoughts, thinking that what my guru is doing with a Muslim fakir. But later on, during one instant, this happened that Eknath Maharaj had a darshan of Guru Dattatreya. That means Chansha Bodle gave darshan as Guru Dattatreya. This is recorded by our Eknath Maharaj. It is in his works. So when I found that, immediately I got an idea that the disciples mostly, they will take their samadhi near to their Guru samadhi. So I was wondering, Chansha Bodle should be samadhi should be somewhere near. I didn't get in that entire fort. I didn't able to find it. Then, in a very fortunate accidental way, I discovered that Chansha Bodle samadhi is opposite to the fort. There is one narrow, we can share the video. Mahesh brother will share the video of that. There is a very narrow path, very isolated, remote place. There is one dargah where Chansha Bodle's samadhi is there. And why I am talking about Chansha Bodle? Because from him, he is one of the main person. From him came the syncretic lineage. That is, Sufis will have Nath Sampradaya Yogi as a guru, or Nath Yogis will have Sufi as a guru, which is, Chansha Bodle is one of the main example of that. Because Chansha Bodle got disciples from both Sufis and Nath Sampradaya. For example, Sheikh Muhammad of Srigonda is a disciple of Chansha Bodle. Janardhan Swami and Eknath Maharaj belong to Nath Sampradaya. They are also disciples of Chansha Bodle. This is the beautiful thing happened. From them came a big syncretic lineage which contains both Nath Sampradaya people and Sufi people. Like Sheikh Sultan is one of the a disciple belong to this lineage of Gopal Nath Maharaj, and Gopal Nath Maharaj is disciple of of a guru belong to the Eknath Maharaj lineage. That's a different thing. We will talk later. But what I'm trying to say, these are the places I visited and collected data where I came to know there is a significant contribution of syncretic approach. Sufism as well as Nath Sampradaya both took the good things from all this, and then from them came this syncretic lineage. From that syncretic lineage, that significantly contributed to our Baba's Guru Parampara, and that is why Baba looks like both Sufi and Nath Sampradaya person, because his Guru belongs to a syncretic lineage. I'm talking about Baba's Guru Venkusha or Roshan Shah Mia, his Guru. He belonged to this Sampradaya, which is a mix of both, predominantly Nath Sampradaya, because I personally believe, maybe I'm wrong, Baba should forgive me that, which is part of my research for the volume 2, which I consider, Dwarkamai, Lendibag and all that, it is a predominantly Nath Sampradaya place. Because there is a Dattatreya Mandir is there, which Mahesh brother also told me that, which is a older mandir, much before Baba's settlement there. So we're going to have a thing there. I'm also working on that. So what I'm trying to say here is, there is a significant influence of Nath Sampradaya as well as Sufi Sampradaya in Baba's personality, because Baba's Guru belonged to this syncretic lineage. So that is why I went to all these places which is connected to Sufis and Nath Sampradaya. From there I collected all the details, and also I went through certain experiences that I'm going to share with you. By going to those places with Mahesh brother, we're going to have on-spot recording of those places, and there we will share more experiences on this.